I'm Linda Brightman. I'm going to talk to you today about dreams. God has placed dreams in all of us. The thing is, most of these dreams and goals and grand ideas we have are so much bigger than ourselves that we wonder how will we ever accomplish them, and we can't fathom even how to begin many of our dreams. Now, some of you are in the process of accomplishing a dream, but you have difficulty. And I'll tell you this, all of us have difficulty. You know why? Because your biggest obstacle to accomplishing your dreams is your mind. Your mindsets will fight you every step of the way on fulfilling your dreams. So let me tell you how we got into this war over our mind. Way back in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were living in the Garden of Eden and having a great relationship with God. And God told them you can eat from every tree in the garden except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. There was the tree of life, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And as you know, Satan, in the form of a serpent, came and tempted Eve to eat of the fruit, and she did. Right after she ate of the fruit, immediately their eyes were opened and they saw, Adam and Eve saw they were naked. They both ate the fruit. They saw they were naked. God came calling for them. And he said, "Where are you?" And in Genesis it says that we were afraid because we were naked, so we hid. Fear, shame, and loss of identity. They no longer knew who they were in relationship with God. So that is the initial fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I want to map that out for you because this is where the battle is. The initial fruit is fear, shame, and loss of identity. And under these fruit are all kinds of subfruit that we war with. Under fear, you find fear of the future, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not having enough money, fear of something happening to your health, and many, many more. If you could talk back to me and I asked you what your fears are, the list is really endless. There are so many things that combat us and try to make us afraid. The second fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is shame. And shame just leads us to feeling bad about ourselves. It eliminates self-worth so that we barely have any if we have that. It causes us to feel valueless or feel like we have very little value. And what that leads is to self-hatred, into depression, and ultimately suicide. Now there's much more than just this list that I'm showing you, but these are the highlights. And these are mindsets that combat you in fulfilling your dreams and really dreaming with God and accomplishing your goals. The last fruit is loss of identity. Loss of identity brings feelings of rejection because you don't know who you are. You don't know who God says you are. You're not seeing yourself through God's eyes. Rejection, abandon, which leads us into performance and perfection. In other words, if we perform good enough, I'll be good enough, God will love me, and I will succeed. But there's a bigger picture to this. God loves you right now, just the way you are. He loves you. And there's nothing you can do to get him to love you anymore. These mindsets keep you from fulfilling your dreams, from fulfilling the call of God on your life, from even succeeding in business, from building a client list and sales and producing and selling product, whatever your business is. Mindsets can stop you because your mindsets can say, I can't do this, I don't know how, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I don't have the money, I'm not driving the right car. Your mindsets stop you and immobilize you dead in your tracks. Now, I'm an identity coach and I've mentored a lot of people in my lifetime, and I've provided them with tools on building their identity and seeing themselves through God's eyes. And what I have come to learn is that it is very helpful if you have tools in your hand to transform these mindsets and see yourself through God's eyes as one who's loved, who's accepted, who's in right standing, one full of joy, peace. All of this produces stress. If you have stress, you're hanging out somewhere over here. But God has provided a way out. And I would like to offer you a class that I am starting in August, the middle of August. And if you click right below this video, right below, there will be a link to tell you about this class. It's an 8-week training based on a book I wrote called The Real You, Believing Your True Identity. And in the class, you'll get a book, the workbook, weekly video modules. Will interact on a private Facebook page. So you'll get all of the information there, and I really hope you'll join me and start transforming these limiting and negative mindsets that keep you stuck, so that you will really succeed and be able to dream with God and see the fruit of your dreams come to pass. I'm Linda Brightman, and I hope to see you soon.